Na nitasema accident occurred outside Kisii University. Uende. Sasa, girl, my dear bestie, hujaendesha baiskeli from when you were born up to now, start riding a bicycle now. Ni gari utajua kuendesha ama baiskeli? Wow, priority is not in the right direction. Game ya pili, skaters. Sijui kama wameregister watu. Skating. Please, that is a white person's game kwa sababu wako na skating parks. Hapa my friend una skate penye pikipiki, boda, probox, babasi, ena coach zinapita. You will be utavunjika miguu if not being killed. So please, there are things that please play normal games like basketball, hockey, football. Normal conventional games, chess, tennis, ruka kamba, go to church, dance, live a good life. Hakuna mali utaumia. But tukimalizia tumekubaliana 10 to 10. 10 to 10 means this. Usianze kuonekana kwa mahostels za maboy saa 2 asubuhi. Atumeenda kupikia boyfriend yako sijui chai ama uji ama nini. Sasa wewe unaingia, unapatana na roommate na yeye anatokea na boxer. Probably yenye metoboka ama anakatu fani na we. So can you stick to your own hostel? Na wewe nini nakutoa kwako on a Saturday at 10? Ushaenda kuona mtu saa 2 kwake. Hiyo si ni udaku inakusumbua? Saturday is a day to enjoy life and everything. So if you're in your room by 10, the earliest you should leave is 6 o'clock when you're coming these sides. It's for your own self. It's for your own self. So with that, I wish you all the best in your stay here. Ombeni sana tusipatane, because if you're coming to see me, just know things are very serious. Ukisikia unaambiwa wacha tukuitie Dr. Nyanga, just know things are really bad. Na nitakuuliza, when ni comrade, yes, ulikaa kwa tent ukasikia kinye nilisema? Useme yes. Haya. Boy child, tunasema nyinyi mnoga at least once a day. Is that enough? Najua high school tunoganga once in 3. Hapa ni once per day. Ndio siku unakuja na kutoa sample ya damu, nisianze na kukuosha. Some of you wafanya saizi nikuja na cotton wool nifanye hivi mkono yako. Nitatoa nini? Ebu kila mtu afanye hivi whatever yake, shati ama whatever kona. This is your right. Simfungue. Including my hair, good. Kila mtu. Fungua lady na jean. Sawa. Chukua. Nini index finger ya your left. Sawa. Suko na kama kucha. Ama unakula makucha. Bwana, university hatukati makucha, tunatumia nail cutter. Fanya hivi. Jigware bwana. Na nguvu. Gwara skin yako hivi. Ama nikuja nikugware. Gwara vizuri hivi. Si wewe unajipapasa, gwara. Umegwara? Mbona mnajifunika? Hao wenye wamecheka, please mununue Rimis na Vaseline, paka mafuta vizuri on your skin. Sawa? Take care of yourself so that you can live here a better life. Sawa? Usikuje hospitali umekauka paka mdomo leta. Uko sure ni huyu amegongwa na gari ama huyu ako na ugonjwa mwingine? Please be healthy. Self-care is very important. Self-care is important. Nywele ikae vizuri, we brush our teeth, we use mouthwash, tumejinyoa, tunatumia roll-on, deodorant, you are adults, all of you sweat. Nini ingine? We wear clean underwear and clean clothes. Sawa? Na viatu safi. Is that too much to ask? Na mkihandle chakula yenu, handle food that is okay. Cook food once, maliza. Hii mambo ya unakula chakula for a whole week. Mko na fridge? Unapika nyoyo unaweka kwa nini? Kwa nyungu, unachotanga ukikaanga. My friend uko university. Huko tupiki ya watu wengi kidogo tu. Sawa? Support mama pima, nunue yenye imechemshwa kidogo tu, glass moja uende ukaange. Wacha kuchemsha nyoyo ni uza. Please. please. Usianze kupika machapati sijui 10 unless unataka kushare na marafiki, sawa? 2 chapos are enough for you. Ama unakula ngapi? 3. Za simu for emergency only 0786 171 230. Yeah, to pick mchana just for night emergencies. Mchana hakuna emergency, walk to the facility after 10. 0786 171 230, 0771 33, 0729 70 71 33. So umepata hizo mbili. Hizo ni za hospitali. We have a landline. So anytime you have an emergency, a dire emergency, unapiga. Sawa? What is a dire emergency? Mtu amecollapse kwa room, haongei, ameishiwa nafuu, but akiamka mumlete. Hiyo si dire emergency, bora amke. And then I know we have so many health issues that maybe tumekuwa nazo, tumedevelop, that might not need necessarily for you to come to the hospital, or you need just maybe a clarification. My number is 0718 42 85 80. Wewe uandiki? Haya. Mama yako ni daktari? Sawa. 0718 42. Now that one, don't call me, I'm a busy person. Mimi ni daktari, but WhatsApp me, I will respond. Sawa? I know I have a very nice car. Mimi fusana kukuliko. So don't go with your gangs of friends. Mtu amefaint, sijui tuko wapi, uko wapi, tukupate. My friend, unadhani hatujui wezi? You and your group of friends mshindwe katika jina la Yesu. We are protected by God. So I've given you my number, but don't try to con me. Uwezi ni con, by the way. It can't happen. Please, gentlemen. Kuna venye on a good day niko maybe 2 out of 10 in the scale of beauty. Please, I know I have a mirror. Don't tell me on your WhatsApp, oh doc, you are beautiful, I like the way you talk, please. Hiyo ilienda, sawa? Save that for your fellow classmates here. Sawa sawa? Because you do that, I block you. Sasa siku utakuwa na emergency utakuwa. Na unajua nini Dr. Osoro and Dr. Karani? As you are saying this, sasa ndo atakutumia your message. Boy child, please don't send such messages. Na mwisho boy child nikikutibu upone, weenda tu. Don't start coming back to my inbox to tell me the way I'm nice, the way that day venye nilikushika, ulisikia umepona. Nilikuwa nakushika na gloves. Mungu ndo alikuponya, si mimi. Mimi nilikupea tu dawa. Sawa sawa? Please, please, please. Please, please, please. Hii miaka yangu, I turned 18 more than 20 years ago. I have had it all. Hakuna line mpya uko nayo unaweza nipea. Lakini if you give me like 300 million Kenya shillings like this, tutaongea. Maybe kuna mwenye hapa kwa ni wadosi. I will entertain you. I'll entertain you. 300 million and above. Kama una pesa kama hiyo, toka kwa inbox yangu kama wewe si mgonjwa. Sawa? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Check. Kama una 300 million, ufanye nini? Kana mama yako, si ndio? Now we want to appreciate daktari. We want to appreciate daktari with the factorial claps. Is that okay? Now put your phones down. Put your phones down. I've been down there, naona watu wako TikTok too. Hey jameni, toa hizo earphones. Najua umekuja campus ukaona earphones campus. Ni sawa. Now, we are going to do it from 5, all right? Sawa, stretch. Kwaruze hizo mikono vizuri. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Now, take over. In the meantime, take over. Nataka, I want you to see whatever we have here. I want you guys to see whatever we have. So you can feel you're blessed to be at Kisii University. These are some of the guys who came here. They were first years just like you. Take over. They came here. They were first years just like you. And I want you to see what they can do. Faster, faster please. Kitu kando kidogo tu. Madam Dean. Madam Dean. Madam Gladys Osoro. These are your kids. I think you've seen these faces on TikTok, and we have other guys from this school, like we have the Rigi G, the famous Rigi G from here. These are some of the talents we are nurturing. DJ, please do that thing.
Oh my God, now hear this. Oh, hear this.
Piano, it's a big vibe, but the girls them know. I'm a piano, it's a big vibe, but the girls them know. They see me coming, they shout hallelujah. Every day like a new year. Oh, I know it, nobody's doing ya. Tired, so please you, you dey dance like please you, easy. I'm on my wrist, they go, they freeze you. Them know they call me Mr. Money for no reason. I see they go, I'm a piano. We go show, we go let them know. Now
You are now listening to the sounds of your quest.
Mtendo amekatika ndo jenge mwili kamilika do minko kamilina nikitema doba jua ishaku kwa injili dance shadow mado ringa ringa shadow mado uko umesota ama uko na do
dance shadow mado ringa ringa shadow mado uko umesota ama uko na do.
Let's tease mkono kwa kiuno dondosa angusha kajudo kichwa juu tetemeka kiasi tata tete meka kiasi unakaa poa hop inakaa poa dai mina kohoa I miss us for la dance with dance shadow mado uko umesota ama
Mnawapigia makofi kama wanaweza polepole. Twende. Thank you DJ, thank you. Wapigieni makofi jamani, wapigieni makofi. Wanaitwa Dance 45. If you get them on TikTok, you can follow them. They're called Dance 45. In the meantime, Mr. David.
Asante sana, thank you for that interlude, DJ. Dr. Nyanga, once again, thank you so much for your art talk. I hope if I was the God child, you should have picked something from Dr. Nyanga. Sikia alisema, bwana ni lawyer, yeye ni daktari, alafu akasema you want to go to our inbox, 300 me. Sasa mimi ningekuwa nyinyi. Have your peace. Sawa, next. We are going to go to our next speaker. We are about to finish, so that we want you to go for lunch early, because in the afternoon we have our registrar academics, and they like skipping time, and we want to release you early so that you take your lunch, you appear exactly by 2. We start that afternoon session. Right now, I want to welcome Dr. Mbiriri to speak to you. He comes from HADA. HADA is Hardcore Drug Abuse section, and he's going to speak to you about drug abuse. So, Dr. Mbiriri, karibu sana. You address our first years on that topic. As I was coming this morning, the Star, headline on the Star was about drug abuse among the youth in Kenya, that many of them are abusing alcohol and many other drugs. That was a research done by NACADA. That is what I saw being discussed in the NTV this morning. So please, can you talk to them on that topic? Karibu.
All the protocols of ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Saseni. Just like you have heard, my name is Dr. Michael Biriri from Psychology Department, School of Art and Social Science. Currently, I'm the coordinator of alcohol and drugs abuse in the university. Ni mambo ya mihadarati na mambo ya pombe. Kwa hivyo nimesimama hapa kumwambia hakuna haja ya kukuja hapa ufute bangi, uwe zobi ama ukunywe pombe. That is my work in the university. Of late, we have witnessed quite a number of students absconding their classes. Kuna wale kama vile Dr. Nyanga amesema, kuna wale wamekaa hapa for about 8 years and they are not completing their studies. The main reason is because they are abusing bangi and other drugs and even taking alcohol. So I'm here to tell you, vile umekuja hapa, tafadhali kuna hapa Kisii, kuna aina mingi sana ya pombe. Pale nje, watu wanauza bangi. Kwa hivyo, nimekuja hapa kukuambia usifanye hivyo. We are planning to start alcohol and drugs abuse club in the university so that we can continue sensitizing people not to be abusing drugs. So I'm going to make a very brief presentation. Of course, I only giving a tip because in the psychology department, we have a unit called Drugs and Chemical Abuse Unit, which we normally teach for about for a whole semester. There is also a diploma, there is also a degree in drugs and chemical abuse. So I'm going to give you a trip on drugs and maybe there are some people who do not understand, and probably if you have somewhere you can write and say that a drug is a chemical substance that changes the organism physiology, or for you to note that any chemical that you take which will alter your physiology, your emotion, that is a drug. For example, we are just about to go for lunch. Ukikula ugari, you may not start hallucinating because of eating ugari, or you may not have delusions or illusions because of taking ugari. So any chemical that you take which will change your emotions, your feelings, your thinking, that is what we call drug. Now, there are 3 categories of drugs. Comrades, it's very important for you to understand these 3 categories so that when you're taking a particular drug, you understand which category. 1, there is positive drug. Like if you go to them there, when you're given a Panadol, that is a positive drug. It is actually accepted in the society. We have positive, negative, and the hard drugs. Negative drugs, they are just taken for pressure to make you feel high. However, they are legal, meaning you cannot be arrested because of taking those drugs. For example, but the effect is not acceptable in the society. For example, we have alcohol, we have cigarettes. Those are called negative drugs, although they are not illegal, but when you take them, the effects are very devastating. Then we have hard drugs. These are illegal drugs, and they are just taken for pressure, just to make you feel high, and they are harmful, and we know them, like the bangi, cocaine, heroin, and so on and so forth. We have witnessed, it was last semester, that a student came to me, I'm also a counselor, for counseling, because she was experiencing hallucination as a result of taking these hard drugs. Actually, he was abusing bangi. So, and in case you want any assistance, we have the office next to the medical facility. There is under office. In case you are struggling with the alcohol or any other hard drug, you can kindly come to me. Now, I also want to talk about drug abuse. There are some people who do not understand what you mean by drug abuse. Drug abuse is non-medical use of drugs that harms your health and productive life. Like for example, if you take these drugs, alcohol, bangi, and other drugs, you'll be affected negatively. Now, I also want to talk about I've been given about 20 to 30 minutes, but I want to talk about the stages of drug abuse. It is very important for you to understand which stage are you in. There are 5 stages. One is drug-free. When you are admitted here, I know majority of you, you are not taking these drugs. You are not taking alcohol. You are not taking amphetamine and other drugs. So you are drug-free. However, maybe some of you are coming from the boarding school. Now, in the university, there is a lot of freedom. So some students graduate from drug-free to experimental, exploratory. Kuna watu wana, like I was talking to another student who was telling me, mimi nitaka kujua vile watu wakifuta bangi vile wanasikia. Mimi sikuwa nataka kufuta bangi, lakini nilikuwa nataka kusikia nikifuta bangi nitasikiaje. So that is called experimentary or exploratory stage. So let us not move to that stage. Those who are in drug free, let us not move to exploratory or experimentary stage. Then you have the social use. Social use is whereby you start using drugs maybe during the weekend, wakati wa bash. Then you have the habitual. You are taking alcohol or you are abusing these drugs like baggy and so on. Then you have the dependent. Dependent is whereby mumesikia kuna watu wanaamka asubuhi ni lazima watoe lock, ni lazima wakunywe pombe kidogo so that wasianze kushake hivi. If you are in that stage, then we can say you are actually at the dependent stage. Now, I also want to give you tips on the causes. I know that most of you are not abusing drugs. You are not abusing alcohol. But what are the causes? One is the peer group.
Hizo ni vitu watu
rafiki. You know, there are some friends who add value, others will not add value.
Unajua watoto ni wetu sisi wote.
Maybe for those who have the Bible or know the Bible, 1 Corinthians 15:33, it says, do not be deceived, bad company ruins good morals. So make sure that most of the people, they abuse drugs because of their friends. Then I also talked about curiosity, because you want to explore. Unataka kujua, how will I feel if I take alcohol? How will I feel if I take a baggy and so on? The other major reason is boredom and idleness. We normally say that idle mind is devil's workshop. So that boredom and idleness, because when you are idle, when you are so bored, you may decide to go and take alcohol and so on and so forth. Then frustration and stress. In the university, we have the counselors unit. If you feel frustrated, if you feel stressed, it is counselor. I know that another major reason why people abuse drugs is spiritual emptiness. It is good for you to be spiritually nourished. Then frustration and stress. It is good to tease your faith. If you are Christian or whichever religion, so long as it is not a cult, make sure that you practice, make sure that you are spiritually nourished. Availability of drugs. Like around here, you know, there are some people who want to mislead a university student. Around here, we have so many drugs. And that availability also makes people to abuse drugs. Then we have the family influence or lack of role model. Tunajua kuna wazazi wengi hawana shida watoto wao wakikunywa pombe and so on. The thing that I want to mention is about the effects among students. Poor academic performance. I can't emphasize that. There are some people who even drop from university because of poor performance, which is caused by drug abuse. Then low concentration level. When you are in class, when the lecturer is teaching, you may not concentrate well because of the hangover. Then we have the financial difficulties. You borrow a lot. Borrowing, kuna some students who actually ended up almost selling everything. Unauza kila kitu because you are addicted to drugs and alcohol. Then injuries, fight, and so on and so forth. And also loss of self-control. You become dependent, totally dependent to an extent of being taken to a rehabilitation center. So the reason why I'm speaking to you, we want Kisii University to be drug-free. Hatutaki kuona mtu hapa ati wewe ni mlevi ama you are taking rather you are taking these drugs na wewe ni mlevi na huendi shule ama unafanya mambo ambayo sio ya muhimu kwa university. The reason why you are here is for academic progress, not abusing drugs. Now we have the remedies. I said in the university we have the counseling center. If you have a challenge, you can come to me. I'm also a counselor. If you are struggling with drugs, you can come to me. I said that the other office is next to the medical center. The other thing that I want to mention is about the other remedy is avoid boredom, because if you are bored or if you are idle, there are so many things that you can do. You can read a book, you can engage in hobbies and so on. Avoid bad company, avoid experimenting. That curiosity will also make you abuse drugs. Spiritual nourishment is very important. We have the CU, Christian Union, and also the Catholics, the Muslims. Let us be spiritually nourished, because according to the studies show that people who are spirituality, they have a tendency of taking drugs. As I wind up, I also want to talk about spiking. Spiking is whereby, especially in a bash, mukopati, watu wanakuwekea drugs in your food or in your drink. Maybe that is something that we need to be very careful. It has happened. Maybe some of you are aware of that. Sana sana wanaweka GBL ama kuna ile mchere in actually the street name. So that has to be very careful when you are invited to go for a party, whether here in this university or even in your home. Be very careful, because sometimes there are some people who may take advantage of you, and especially girls, wanakuwekea mchere, wanakuwekea those spiking in your, I mean they spike your food, they spike your drink, and then you become unconscious. So they end up sexually assaulting you or even stealing from you and so on. So make sure that you in case something like that happen, it is important for you to alert other people, or even avoid, the most important thing is avoid going for those bashes and parties whereby there is a food being spiked. So I mean, because of time, I want to end my presentation there, and the shorting part is that you came here, and most of you, I believe that you're in drug-free, you are drug-free. You are not abused. Let us remain like that. Let us abstain from abusing alcohol. Let us abstain from abusing hard drugs. And in case of you have any challenge, you can come to the ad office next to the medical center. God bless you so much, and thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Asante sana daktari. Daktari, wacha tumpe ile ya nyayo tatu mzuri kabisa. 1, 2, 3. Muachane na madawa ya kulevya, especially na mmeambiwa mahali mnaweza kuwa spiked. Next, because I said we are moving a bit fast so that we release you go for lunch, so that you be here by 2 because of the rains, so that we can finish the afternoon program before the rains. We are going to invite Dr. Rusi Karani. She's in charge of what do we call it? HIV/AIDS and STDs. She will speak to you about HIV/AIDS and STDs. So karibu daktari, address your students and tell them how they can avoid STDs and HIV. Karibu sana.
Thank you. We are still in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Check if your neighbor is still there. Can see there's somebody who is off. The body is here, but the spirit is off completely. Now, there is a song that says, Niko na njaa. You remember that song? Niko njaa. I can't hear you. Niko tayari kufanya nini? Kulipa gharama. That's what you have come to do in this university. You have come to learn, and in learning, we pay the price. Now, mine is going to be very brief. Dr. Nyanga has already cleared the bush for me. So mine is just to lay the foundation, and the building will stand. So my name, as you've heard, I'm Dr. Lucy Karani. I teach immunology in the School of Health Sciences. Immunology deals with the immune system, how your body fights disease. Now, the animal we want to talk about this hour is about our immune system. Daktari said when she came here, she passed through a house where thugs yesterday attacked people, and they were kept hostage, and people stole from that house, and they were asked to bring in money from wherever, even US, so that these guys could go home rich. That is exactly what HIV does when it enters our bodies. It holds our body hostage and commandeers our immune system to make for it children who are called virions. And when they start